Huh. Now, we suddenly went from "we got this" to going absolutely silent when it started recording. Right, welcome to the podcast, everyone, where we're going to go...
We should do a podcast with absolutely no introduction. Just have it... Or maybe we could do a podcast where the Easter egg is the entire podcast, and then we have, like, the introduction at the very end, and then it's like, fuck you.
Well, we put, like, the credits, like, a minute into the podcast, and then the rest of it is the Easter egg. Oh, no, that would hurt my head, and we'll probably lose everyone. Like, the first minute goes by, and they're like, the fuck is this? And turn it off at the credits.
It would literally be the exact same thing. It's just... without the intro music, it's like, I can't understand. There's no structure.
TJ, we can't do it. I'm not going to do it. I can't. It will be too different. Let's just freak out and leave the group.
Like, damn it. Well, now we lost Tyler. Hey, back to the old lazy style editing.
Some people just can't handle change.
Some people just want to watch the world burn, TJ! Sorry, I yelled that into the microphone. I shouldn't have.
So, introductions.
Oh yeah, we should introduce it and just treat it like a normal podcast again.
A structured podcast.
Yes, TJ.
Okay, so
Don't ruin it.
3, 2, 1. 1. 1.
Do it!
Of the Shifty Key Podcast. I am TJ, aka Harrison Ford, and today we have...
I was wondering how you was gonna do that. I'm TDBTyler.
And I'm Sonny88p.
TJ, that was magnificent. Because I was like, oh, wait a minute, what's he gonna do? Because he never introduces himself with his name. I'm TJ, aka Harrison Ford. I was like, oh no, that got me good.
as our listeners can tell, the wonderful Brazilian man known as
the Macho
Luis,
Man,
aka Spartan Sloth, is not with us today.
Macho Man.
Did he say why? Because I didn't pay attention.
I can't remember if he gave us a reason. To be honest, I think he's going to a Michel Tello concert. He's going to be singing I Sou Te Pego all over the place. You know, the Nossa, assim você. He's going to hate me.
No. This is the perfect time to do it when he's not here.
Exactly. Oh, but they're songs. We're not allowed... I mean...
To be fair.
Okay.
I don't think that's the reason why. Maybe he's getting a Brazilian?
Hey!
Oh, that would hurt.
That would hurt, but I like the pun. Just to explain to the audience before we started recording, because typically we talk about topics and then get really deep into them without recording, and then end up rediscussing the same thing again. But to give you some insight, beforehand we were talking about the Game Grumps, as they aren't allowed to sing. Yeah. They recently said...
I'm singing on the podcast. Singing on the podcast.
Yeah.
With all those words that rhyme with podcast, I'm singing on the podcast.
But I'm going to sound academic about this. You know, I'm going to quote him from the exact... I'm going to quote exactly what Igor Raptor said. And I already ruined my academic credibility there by calling him Ego Raptor instead of Aaron Hansen. But they said on the TJ, stop that. They said on like one of the games, I think it was Kirby's Dream Course Part 14 or something. I should reference it. He couldn't sing the Save Me. Like he was going to say, I'll quote him out of context. He said exactly, I'm going to wake you up and you're going to be like, save me. I would have said it in the voice, but yeah, it's against the rules. It's against the new YouTube rules, apparently, because he wanted to say it like Evanescence. But But now apparently they are musically being told to just like stifle anything musical. You're not allowed to sing. You're not allowed to have fun on a gaming channel nowadays, people. That's the society we live in.
Wait, so are the rules just against like singing copyrighted stuff, or is it against singing?
I don't know, because I was trying to read up about it, and the only information I could find was from the Game Grumps, which was weird, you know? And I was like, maybe some YouTube corporate people just specifically went to them and said, look, we're going to bring in this new rule. People aren't allowed to sing. And I was just like, what about all those people that have channels where they sing covers? You know, they're fucked.
That's what I was thinking about. There are hundreds of people who do nothing but sing covers. And they...
I'm thinking if you don't mention who the original artist is and the original song, then it's wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But to be fair, you would want to mention who the original artist is, because that's how you're going to get views, is people will look up, oh, hey, I like this song. I would like to hear a different interpretation of this. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, look, a 51-year-old man singing, gangster rap. This is interesting to me.
Yeah. Like, I understand if YouTube want to, like, put their foot down on people that are using entire songs in their video and not crediting them, because that is pretty much copyright. But singing, like, we've broken that rule many times. One of our podcasts starts off with us singing Bohemian Rhapsody, for fuck's sake. So I wonder if it will impact us if it is a true rule.
I'm singing right now.
Yeah,
we all sang.
The man can't put us down.
Yeah, we're going to keep on singing poorly, but we're going to do it.
We'll start a singing revolution.
My way.
I was trying to think of like a French way of saying that, TJ. Like La Resistance.
Well, that's not a song, that's a jingle. Get it right, YouTube.
Yeah. Is that Burger King's one or McDonald's? That's McDonald's, right?
Yes, that is McDonald's.
Yeah, that's Mackie D's. Yeah, they can be angry at us, not YouTube. If they wanted beef. Well, God damn it.
McDonald's does seem like the kind of place I would get angry at like some YouTube people for just saying something like that jokingly. It's like, oh, fuck you. You can't use that without us telling you to. We want money from you. You have no money? We want it anyway.
I remember fairly a long time ago, they paid like rappers. Sorry, my words are failing me. They paid rappers to bring up words and phrases to do with McDonald's a few years back. So the Justin Timberlake song, I'm Loving It, McDonald's paid him for that. That is a thing that happened. Imagine a rapper being like, yeah, and just like going through all this shit, you know, rapping about cars and how much fame and money he's got. And it's like, yeah, and then I go get a Big Mac. And it's like,
I like that D, the McD.
Yeah, Mackie D, of course. But no, I just, no, that's like a...
I was gonna clean my room, but then I got some McDonald's.
Oh my god.
Afro man.
God damn it, TJ.
We should just try and sing as many songs as poorly and as incorrectly as possible.
Oh man, like, I wonder if the entire podcast will get taken down, just this one.
No,
I can't think of any songs now.
They'll just ban our channel.
Just this one song for you.
Well, they banned the whole channel. It's like, yeah, this one podcast had like 3 copyright strikes against it. Luis goes away for one podcast and we get everything banned.
Like,
this is the copyright song, breaking some copyrights, yeah.
That's not a copyrighted song. That's
no,
ironic.
It's the copyright song.
It just goes on, my friends.
Oh god, I think we would annoy some of our listeners, but I think it's interesting, you know?
I am not a singer. I play the violin.
I am a guitar person. I play the guitar and I write my own songs, but I can't write lyrics or sing because I'm terrible at it.
You know, we have a lot of musicians, like, in the main cast. Sonny, do you play an instrument?
Nope.
Damn, Sonny, you have to be the singer now. And that means you are legal issues at all points.
Which means you'll be the one who gets sued, not us. Yay.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty much every song from the 90s. Yeah, no. It's like, wait, what? Is it yes or no?
We'll just give you the sheet music to Taco Bell's canon.
No, there's no limit.
I haven't heard that song in ages. Oh, fucking hell.
Casbah. Rock. Okay.
Lock the taskbar.
Lock the taskbar. To the audience, this is a very
Admiral Akbar.
To the audience, this is a unofficial questions for the audience. But if you could sing a random song right now, which one would it be? There you go. We'll ask you another questions for the audience later. We don't want to fuck with the structure. God, I can't think of any songs. Like I'm a musician, man. I don't. Oh, I can think of many K-pop songs though. I was like, there they are. I got the feeling if I sang Gangnam Style, people would be sick of it.
Yeah. So on an unrelated note, do any of you guys follow the new RG Labs channel?
Nope.
Yes.
Did you, Sonny, see the interview that came out today?
Wait, what?
There's a new podcast interview thing Burnie did. Because it's outside the normal podcast. He got to do an interview with Harrison Ford.
I actually don't follow the channel, but TJ showed me this, and I can't help but think it's Markiplier. It really does sound like him. It sounds like him. It's something to do with the deep voice. It's
deep, but it's gravelly, like he's old because he's old.
He can voice act, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I imagine it's just he has a gravelly voice. I've heard Markiplier. It doesn't sound like Markiplier. It sounds like Harrison Ford.
I don't know. It just seems too good to be true, doesn't it?
No.
It does to me. I don't know why it just doesn't feel real.
Bernie Burns couldn't get Harrison Ford, so he just hired some other famous person to fill in his place.
Yeah, why not? Well, but didn't they even bring it up in the interview? Harrison Ford had that plane crash. Wouldn't he still be in hospital? No, I don't know how bad the fucking crash was.
They said it wasn't very serious.
Yeah,
plus that was that was a couple weeks ago.
Was it?
So yeah, I mean he got a sprained wrist and he got some cuts, according to him.
According to the voice on the podcast, which I'm not entirely sure is him until I have.
Yeah, and I'm not entirely sure that the guy calling himself Burnie was Burnie. It could have been Nathan Sanders Anderson for all I know.
Mm-hmm. Everything's a lie. Nothing is real.
And I mean, Blaine could have been Barbara impersonating him.
Oh yeah, definitely. Everything's a lie. Nothing is real. I'm a
Sonny
female.
is actually just Luis in disguise.
I'm Tyler, spelled with an A. And no, let's not go that. Let's not go down this route.
You're Taylor.
I am. Well, I hate it when people call me Taylor, but I was thinking of Tyler, which is an alternative way of saying my name, which
Tiffany.
I always thought was weird.
You're Tiffany. Now from now on, you're Tiffany.
No, Tifa. I would go along with that. I would go along with that.
Why would you go along with Tifa?
Because she's fucking fine. I mean,
wait, sorry, Tifa from what?
Who's Tifa?
Tifa Lockhart. Final Fantasy VII.
Oh.
Yeah, as soon as you said you would go along with Tifa, I was like, hell yeah, I would. Have you not seen her? No, I'm joking. I'm not joking, I would.
I literally have not seen her. I haven't played Final Fantasy ever.
You're missing out on some good plot.
It's one of those huge franchises that I've never even seen gameplay of it. Well, I mean, I've seen bits of gameplay, but not enough to know anything about it.
Same.
For me, it's like reading an interactive book, but I don't know. Final Fantasy 13 was annoying to me.
It's like The Order, but instead of watching a movie, you have to actually read.
It makes it sound boring, putting it like that, but I kind of learned how to read through Final Fantasy, in a way.
How old were you when you played it?
Well, Final Fantasy VII came out in 1990... I played it when I was really young. fucking, I can't remember. A child, really young. I can barely remember it, TJ.
So
He's still a child right now.
I'm still a child.
The thing I'm finding hard to grasp is that your parents let you play a game like Final Fantasy, which I
feel
parents don't know any better.
Yeah, and violence. And sorry, I'm joking.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I honestly don't know what the rating is on that game, but that doesn't strike me as like a kid game. And then on top of that, you were young enough that you couldn't read, and you learned how to read playing it.
Well, I'm not saying like Final Fantasy was the teaching tool, the teaching increment on how to actually read for me.
It's like the main character is the PH makes a F sound.
Oh fuck! Yeah, that's why I can't pronounce the TH. But no, like I felt like because all the old games up until 10, the dialogue was through text. There was no voice actors. There was no speaking in the dialogue. And to progress in the game, you needed to know what you were doing. So you had to read. So I don't feel like it was a teaching tool. But I felt like when I was really young, one of the reasons why I really wanted to learn how to read properly, maybe, I don't know, or learn bigger words and shit like that, because I must have learned how to read at a certain level. But to learn how to read properly was probably inspired by Final Fantasy. Because I was like, I need to get further into this game, but what the fuck does this mean? You know, as a kid.
What does this word mean? Oh, it turns out that's a nonsense word. Cool.
Yeah. What does terrorist mean? It's like, oh, jeez. Because
I actually have a slight anecdote on that, but you can finish.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say...
It's not even my anecdote, it's somebody else's.
I was just going to say, with Final Fantasy VII, I played it again recently. I played it again last year, but I'm starting it off again. The plot is really dark. Like, as a kid, I'm surprised I never noticed. But, like, it's unreal how, like, I'm playing it again now, and I'm like, oh my god, no wonder why this was such a big deal. You know, there's a fucking brothel, like, 2 hours into the game. And I'm just like, as a kid, I'm like, oh, look, I'm in someone's basement. And it's like, it doesn't even register as a bad thing. And then you play it now, and it's like, you're in Don Corneo's sex dungeon. And you're like, the fuck is going on? How did I play this as a kid and not see this shit? Anyway, your anecdote.
I don't know if I can beat a sex shop, but going off of the terrorist thing...
in a sex shop? No, you can't.
Going off of the terrorist thing, I heard a story... This is going back to LARPing and Soups, aka Suits, also known as Molly UN. Apparently last year, this is before I joined, there was a committee at University of Florida, their college, Model UN, that was about the, I think it was about the Taliban or something. Anyway, so the director sent out emails to all the people that were in the committee, you know, like, oh, hey, here's the background, guys. Here's all the stuff you need to know. And I think he put the subject literally as Taliban. And he got everybody he sent the email to, all of their accounts on Gmail got suspended. And the main guy, the director who sent it, he can no longer make a Gmail account, period.
Oh my god. That's
so...
Did Google not read into it?
She freaking blocked me.
They're just like, oh, Taliban? Out. Blocked, flagged.
You would think that, like, Google would be like, oh, this is dodgy, and then look into what the email's about. But they were like, nope!
But this is also Model UN, so they probably had, like, a bunch of very detailed, you know, like, okay, so as a crisis staff, you know, and of course a bunch of, like, you know, tech heads are just gonna, like, they're gonna look for keywords. Like, as a crisis staff, we need to discuss
crisis
our plans.
Staff? That sounds like a bombing unit, and it's like, no!
Crisis staff? It's like, okay, so these guys over here, you're in charge of fighting, you're in charge of, like, I think it was a joint crisis committee, so you have, like, the Taliban versus the, also, Luis, just because of this topic, when you do the link shitter, don't put the word Taliban anywhere.
We're
just saying.
Yes. That's a very good point. I didn't even think about that.
But, so... Shit, where was I going? Oh, yeah.
Joint crisis.
Joint crisis. So that means that it's like, you've got like
The crisis
10 kids.
about joints.
Yes. They're all like, smoke weed every day, 420, #blaze it.
Smoke weed every day?
So you've got like
No,
10 people on this
that's
side of the
the
room.
crisis. You don't have any joints.
You've got like, basically you've got like 10 people over here. Let's say they're like the Democratic Republic of Iraq. And then you have these guys over here, and they're like, they're the leaders of the Taliban. So the leaders of the Taliban are trying to, do different Taliban-y kind of stuff to take out the leaders of Iraq. And leaders of Iraq are trying to set up counterinsurgency stuff. So in the email, it could be like, okay, so Taliban leaders, you guys need to go and do this and do this and do this. Don't forget to read your background guides, and the background guides will have like lists of all the people. So it's like,
don't forget to read the attachments.
The CIA is like, oh my god, we have a list of all the leaders of the Taliban.
They all go to the same school.
They all go to the same school, and they're part of Model UN, and they're doing. Oh shit.
Anyone get on a no-fly list?
Not yet. Although I learned recently that one of the people in our school in Model UN, he's probably a couple checklists away from getting on a no-fly list because his last name is Islam, he's a Muslim, and he's also a communist. So that's like the triple whammy if anybody ever like decides to be a prejudiced asshole.
I mean, like, that is really something. Like, I don't really know what to say.
He's always the person who gets randomly taken out of line during airport security. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, I always feel
Profiling
dodgy.
much.
Like, I don't want to talk too much about politics, but I fucking hate when shit like that happens. And you're like, everyone here in this line, everyone is a potential threat, but you'll take out one person because of obvious,
because he's brown, he's Muslim, his last name is Islam, and oh look, he's a communist too.
Yeah, like, it's just, it annoys me because, like, anyone in that line.
How can they tell if someone's a communist?
Yeah, how can they tell what appearances?
Well, like, what's it called when you like just enter a country?
The border check?
No, not border check.
Immigration?
I don't think it's immigration. It's like where you go and get your passport stamped and stuff.
I don't know that.
Or like if you're coming into the country, they ask you a bunch of questions. Like you have to declare your, if you're carrying more than $10,000, et cetera, et cetera. But basically,
business or pleasure, both. Wink.
Business or pleasure, Ado Akbar. You seem fine to me. Go on right in. Like the guy walks up with like a straight up American accent. He's like, "Yeah, business. I'm going back to or whatever." And it's like, you seem sketchy.
I wonder what someone in the porn industry might say. Relating back to our last podcast, the porn industry. It's like business or pleasure, business and pleasure, and just he gets arrested because he thinks like he's being a prick. It's like, answer the question, business or pleasure. It's like, I don't know anymore. Oh Christ.
How would you feel if your girlfriend was a porn star? If you have a girlfriend.
Yeah, I'd say that would be the problem right there.
Well, I mean, my girlfriend is a porn star, and I'm actually a porn star myself. You guys just don't know me by my
amateur porn.
My porn name, which is Sneaky Smelly Balls.
JD3201.
You go, yeah, totally, guys.
No, I actually play Thomas Jefferson in 1776.
Oh my god.
1776. The redcoats are coming.
So you've been around for like 300 years.
No, I just played Thomas Jefferson. God.
I don't know if people know this about me, but I'm actually from Hawaii. I live every day out on the beach. I have massive pecs and dick. I was going with the whole hypothetical.
Massive pecs and dick.
porn star as a girlfriend, my life is better than yours, when it's really not. Kind of bragging. Yeah.
Would you brag about having a porn star girlfriend?
I mean, well, it depends. Like, well, I feel like I say that about too many things recently. It depends. You know.
If she's a good porn star or a bad porn star?
Well, if you knew that she was a porn star and you got into the relationship, then you wouldn't care as much. But
unless
if you didn't know about
afterwards.
Yeah. If you found out afterwards, it would be like, wait a minute, what?
It's like, oh, I thought you were cheating on me. Turns out you're just having sex for money. That's fine.
Turns out you're just a porn star. You know, that's fine. Yeah, it's weird. And we're kind of going full circle here. But TJ, you said you didn't play any of Final Fantasy, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
Here is one of the screenshots of Final Fantasy VII. It's Don Corneo's basement, so to speak. Ignore the name in the link. Enjoy. It's literally a sex dungeon. It's in the first 2 hours of the game. Well, depending on... Well, probably not the first 2 hours. I just want to know...
more like a torture dungeon.
Yes. I don't know what... I use the word fucking dungeon. Like...
I think dungeon adequately describes it.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be some sex going on down there, but I imagine there's more, like, you know...
If you knew the character...
Torture and everything. I mean, the freaking table is literally splattered in blood.
Well, it's
Well,
certainly
someone
something.
was on her period.
Sonny!
Oh.
God. Yeah, it's...
So
That's
you're
cool.
looking at dungeon porn and you don't want to talk about periods.
No, it's a
I hope that's
screenshot
in
from
your
a game I
search history
played in
now.
my childhood.
I
Wait, what
hope,
was that?
I hope
filled with
somehow that
dungeon
ends up in your
porn.
search history.
What, it ends up in my search history? I'm sure that there's worse from Final Fantasy in my search history. Like, I'm trying to think of a worse thing. Oh yeah, you're trying to seduce the guy that owns the building.
Good luck.
Yeah. Now imagine me as a child playing this game. I'm just like, yeah, this is fun.
Ooh, baby, baby.
Yeah.
Baby, baby.
Boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, diddly.
You're trying to seduce basically a massive pervert.
Bow chicka bow wow.
Come on, baby, you and me, we ain't nothing but mammals, so let's
Do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
I feel like we've been talking about just
Sex,
random
sex,
topics
sex all
and
the
sex and random
I
things
just had sex.
and
it
songs.
felt so good.
Yeah, your right hand is really lucky.
She's my girlfriend apparently. No.
Your right hand is a porn star.
No!
Oh,
How
that
could
was-
she?
Oh my god. You know what that means about your right hand?
It goes off without me knowing during the night.
It's like you're asleep, your hand's just going into dark alleys for money. It's like you're just like asleep, getting dragged along. Like, this is how I'm picturing. You're like being dragged along like a slimy black alley. Your hands are hovering by itself.
No, not an alley. A real porn studio with everything on it.
Classy.
Oh hey, how are
It's
you?
really
How are you doing,
classy.
Handy J?
It speaks like with
Handy
the
Jane.
thumb and
That's
like
your hand's name. Your hand's name is Handy Jane.
Jane. Why does it have to be my hand? Like, I'm just thinking about this. Why isn't it like DJ's or yours, Sonny?
Well, I mean, we did say we were going to throw you on. I did say I was going to throw you under the bus.
Yeah, because I was slightly late to getting prepared for this podcast. Forgive me.
Imagine if I hadn't decided to check up on you. Like, I'm like, oh, Tyler's
Oh,
not
yeah.
here. Maybe we'll just wait for him. 2:30. Tyler?
Is he alive? I turn up an hour late. I'm like, right, I'm here, guys, because for everyone that may not be aware, I'm not good with time, especially when America's daylight savings happened 2 weeks before ours. So everything's a bit weird. Like, you are like an hour out of when I would expect to turn up from the podcast, you know?
Well, I mean, it's not our fault England's time is fucked up.
No, it's specifically your fault because you change your time before everyone else.
Nah,
Sonny,
we're America. Everybody
Sonny,
just...
you're from
we
Belgium.
Everybody
right?
just does it after.
Yes.
Has your clocks gone back or forward recently?
No.
Exactly, TJ, you're the minority here. Your clocks have moved, not ours.
I am not a minority.
Well, I'm. Before anyone goes, wait a minute, he called TJ a minority. That's bad. I'm using it in the practical sense. He's 1 out of 3 of us. But yeah, like.
Yes, but
you guys fucked up.
as the American, I represent the entire country of America. Therefore, I have the same authority as a president. And as America, we can do whatever the fuck we want.
Oh, really? To be
Yes,
honest, I can't really say
Like
anything.
a boss.
Like, I really can't say anything because this might get political. It's really not
Hey,
trying
England,
to be.
1v1 me.
But it's like, anything that happens in the US, the UK just immediately agrees.
It's like, hey, UK, you agree with us, right? Right?
It's just
Right?
like a yes man in the corner every time America speaks.
See, you do represent England, because England is in the corner.
Well, no, we're in the center. We're not in the
No,
corner.
you're in the corner. You literally just said the yes man in the corner. You're in the corner
No, I
doing
meant
everything
like...
we say.
I imagine like in a room full of like all the like important political figures of every country, and it's like like America make a military decision and they're like, right, UK, and they're just like, yeah, like they haven't even been listening.
And just before this gets any farther, just to let everybody know, I am just exaggerating the crap out of everything. There's a lot more that goes into global politics, but I know there's some people out there who can't take a joke.
Question, for the Model UN, or the real UN, is it always in a circular room?
I think the real UN is in like a box room, and they're set up in rows.
Oh.
Well, sort of like
So there really are
like
corners.
rows of like, it's like an amphitheater almost, I think. But for Model UN, it's just whatever room is available.
I could just imagine, like, if anyone gets, like, really... If someone is not agreed with, like, they get pushed further up and up the rows. So it's like, the UK is like, we disagree with you, America. And the next time they come back, they're put right at the back of the room.
No.
They can't hear them.
Well, I think the UK is a permanent member of the Security Council, so they'd just be like, yeah, we'll veto you trying to make us go to the back.
We have to be at the front. I don't actually know where we are in the thing, but...
Neither do I. I think it might be in alphabetical order in the General Assembly, but then the Security Council is, like, separate.
Zambia must be pissed.
The Security Council just approves everything that's passed by the General Assembly. Or vetoes.
Wait, I think I made a stupid just then. I think I said a country in...
Tyler made stupid, everybody.
Never mind.
Tyler's stupid.
Let me just check something.
Zambia?
Because I'm like, I swear I said a country that's not a country.
Well, you could go with a country that is a country, like Zimbabwe.
Oh,
that's
no, that is right. I was just like, Zambia, and I thought I made it up. You know, like a random word. Zambia is a place. I'm an idiot. I was like...
Are there Zambians in Zambia?
Let me find out for you.
That would be cool if you were from Zambia. You're like, hey,
they are Zambians.
I'm a Zambi.
No, they're Zambians.
you could say you're a Zambi. Like,
well, they don't.
What if you're from the island of Lesbos?
I'm going to start my own island country and call it Lesbos. Then they will all be lesbians. Everybody will be a lesbian. Even the dudes. Have you had one of those lesbian goats lately? Yeah, they're delicious.
Luis, you love us talking about lesbian goats from the island of Lesbos. We need to make that a place. We need to, like... TJ, we're going to put all our investments, like, for the next 10 years from the Shifty Keys, right? We're going to invest in finding and polluting an island. Don't know where it's from. And we're going to name it.
How hard could it be to get an island? I mean, there's got to be, like, a pretty big unclaimed island out there somewhere.
Well, not after Britain was done with it.
Throw a rock in the ocean and hope it floats. Maybe that's an island.
We take a massive chunk of Florida, just kind of push it.
We can just take the trash island in the middle of the Pacific.
Stick a flag in it.
Lesbos Trash Island.
Hey, let's get some of that lesbian trash.
Yeah.
Oh, that could be misinterpreted.
That could be misinterpreted very... Like, I'm sure you didn't mean that.
It's full of discarded dildos and stuff.
God, guys. You make it... Like, there's like this grey area thing going on where I'm like, they didn't mean it. But I'm not quite sure if I should edit that out, you know? But yeah, like, I think there's not many pure, like, islands, as in, like, rocks that are out there that, you know, after our empire decided to be a dick.
I would imagine there are more than you would think. Like, look at all the Castaway movies and stuff. It's like, oh, hey, he's on a deserted island.
He's on a desert island.
I wonder if that island is called Wilson! Sorry.
Wilson!
I had to as soon as you brought it up.
Have you watched that show, Last Man on Earth?
Yeah, I actually have. Have you, Sonny?
Yes. What do you think?
He brought it up.
It's interesting. Well, I mean, some people can bring stuff up without having seen it. You know, people have heard of things before, Tyler.
Have you heard of Red versus Blue? I'm sorry.
What's that? Yeah. Please inform me, Tyler. Inform me of every detail of Red versus Blue because you've obviously seen every episode. Sorry, Sonny. Tyler,
I'm sorry.
Let's continue our communique.
So maybe a little spoilers here, but if you are the last man on Earth, you find a woman. She's totally not your type, but she's the only woman around, and she only wants to have sex with you after you're married. So you marry her, and then you find another woman, and she really, really is horny. What do?
Sex. Well, I mean...
Yeah, you're asking the wrong person there.
Speaking on a purely biological level, not as a womanizer, it would be better to have sex with two women, because then you would have a wider gene pool, thereby making the eventual incestuous relationships less awkward.
And it would also repopulate the world
faster,
at a much faster rate.
Children.
It's like, all right, we'll do one every 9 months. It's like, okay, your turn now.
Well, you got to think about it. Like, if it was just one woman and like she gives birth to a daughter, you're like, shit. Like, we need more men, otherwise the world ends. Yeah, they say.
No, just have sex with your daughter.
Damn.
But, like, if you're the last man, you heighten the odds by trying to be with more women. I haven't watched the show.
Yeah, you would want to heighten the odds, and you
Logically,
would want to spread out the genes.
Daughters.
You would want to spread out the genes, like. Then it would only be like half brothers and sisters doing the dirty, doing the nasty, getting a little stinky on their pinky.
I mean, it would be sorry, that caught me off guard, TJ.
Is that a new Teletubby?
The new Teletubby.
Stinky
that
pinky.
would be disgusting. Like, it goes through all of them. There's a red one, a yellow one, green and blue, right? Or is it?
And a veiny.
It's like a veiny pink one. Oh, that would be disgusting. But, like, I haven't watched the show. Like, I understand.
Or Last Man on Earth.
That's a good point. Last Man on Earth, that one. I watch Teletubbies all the time. I still do. No, but
Is Teletubbies even still on the air?
Oh, fuck knows. I used to watch it fucking ages ago.
I imagine at some point adults were like, "This is really weird. Why are we exposing our children to this?"
Like they were like, "No wonder why children these days are stupid." Yeah, they're wondering why kids ask for things over and over and over and get annoying. It's probably because shows like that do the same thing over and over and over, and it's just never mind. I'm not a psychologist, so I don't know how it works. But with the Last Man on Earth, is it like it's completely abandoned and it's just like he thinks he's alone, or is it like he's still alive and all the women are still just around?
Well, like the first episode, the first like 15 minutes, we're showing him just like literally driving around all of North America. At least, all of North America, like just looking for anybody.
Anybody out there?
I guess he just spent 6 months doing that, and in the end, he just like went back to Tucson, Arizona, and was like alive in Tucson, and then a girl showed up right before he was about to kill himself. Oh, Tucson. My bad. Is it sad that you know more about American geography than I do?
TJ, how does it feel that someone from Belgium just corrected you on how to pronounce a town from America?
Not just anyone from Belgium.
Sonny.
Sonny88p. God damn it.
The Sonny88p.
The infamous Sonny88p.
But,
or famous, depending on your point of view.
Not my point of view.
I don't know what the difference is. Infamous and famous have the same definition, don't they?
Infamous would be famous with a bad connotation.
Oh, okay. Wait. Famous for all the wrong reasons. Then.
Like Hitler.
Hitler would be infamous. Everybody knows Hitler, but we all agree he was a bad dude.
I guess you're right,
he,
because...
Was he? Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Of course, the guy from Belgium.
Jesus. Oh, fuck. Like, in the back of my head, I was like, Sonny, what did you just... I was like, what are you implying?
What have you done?
I guess you're right.
We're talking about politics.
I guess with the whole infamous and famous thing, I guess I can see why. Because if you turn around and say, just purely from the definition, because, famous means a lot of people know them, So if you turn around and say, yeah, Hitler was famous, it makes me automatically think of, like, some fucking red carpet
like
scenario. Yeah.
Like,
and I'm like, that's not
hello,
what I want.
How are you doing today?
Oh, God. No. I don't know what to do.
Okay.
Why is Hitler in the podcast? Can we change the subject?
So back to being the last dude on Earth.
Oh, good. I enjoyed that.
How long till you masturbated into something inanimate?
God.
5 minutes.
TJ, it would really take you that long? I don't want to know about your personal life.
Look for other people?
Like, he's just in his room and he's like, nobody's around for 5 minutes.
No, it's like I've been in my room for 2 weeks. I like open the door, it's like, where's everybody? This is weird.
He doesn't see someone for 5 minutes, like his family's out.
Oh, hey, it's a volleyball. Let's fuck
like,
it.
Hey, we're out of milk.
Wilson!
Somebody get some milk. I want to eat some fucking cereal.
I want to put my dick in the milk.
Ah,
in the milk.
That's perfectly good milk.
Not anymore.
Suddenly a little bit more salty. This is probably the most offensive
Salty
podcast
milk.
we had.
Come on, we had a whole Ebola podcast, Tyler.
Oh yeah,
and a
Pokemon fucking
podcast.
Yeah. I could pretend to be smart and talk about procrastination. But I feel that doesn't fit into our fucking literally fucking podcast where we talk about fucking and goat fucking and explicitly my fingers.
Goat and fucking and more fucking and goat fucking.
Yes, quite.
How long being the last man on Earth would you fuck a goat?
Well,
no.
Can I answer for Luis?
Yes. Your answer is Luis's answer by proxy.
By proxy, yeah.
Those are the rules you got to play by when you decide not to show up to a podcast.
Yeah, Luis, we're going to tell everyone your biggest, darkest secret. Just, like, I don't know what to say now. Like, I was going to say something really incriminating, but I can't think of anything good. TJ, fill me in. TJ, you tell the podcast the secret that Luis has for everyone.
He is
which
the
secret?
singer known as...
He's actually Michel Tello. That was it.
Yeah.
He acts like he hates Michael Tello. Isn't it Michael?
Michael.
Michael.
It's got one of those swiggly things in the E that I don't see often.
Miko.
I think it's Michel Tello.
Is it? Michelle? Yeah. We need a freaking Brazilian.
Mr. Tello.
Or somebody that speaks Portuguese.
Wait, I don't know what they're called. Shit.
The squiggles?
Yeah, these squiggles. What are they called?
I don't know.
Sonny?
Yes?
I'm just thinking...
Oh, just because he's from a country that doesn't speak English, he knows what those squigglies are?
That's what
I know
racist
accent aigu, accent grave, accent circumflex, but I don't know the squiggles.
Just Exxon, that's all you know.
Just because he's not English, he doesn't know. Just because he's not English, he knows about them. And he goes into explaining whatever the fuck they are.
Yeah,
Wait.
I learned French. Those are French accents. Symbols, whatever.
I mean, it was purely logical trying to ask you, like, about what these are, because I've never, like, we don't deal with them.
Yes,
The only
it actually is.
Okay, what would you call the dot on top of an eye?
Well, that's just a regular eye.
If it's a double dot, it's a double point.
Like,
yeah. Well,
Tyler,
Translation, double
the
point.
little squiggly might not have any name at all. It might just be, like, a thing.
It's called
because
tilde.
How do you
Dutch.
say that?
Tilde.
Sonny, I just put down Michelle Teller's name in the soundbooth chat. How would you say his surname and try to... I thought his first name
Michel
had one
Tello.
of those. Tello, right? I don't know. Oh, okay. I don't know how much those swiggly things
That's an
impact
accent
it.
aigu.
Oh my god. I don't even know
By the
what
way.
these things are. It's fascinating towards, like, the only time I see these, like, it's going to make me sound like an idiot. Like, someone that's just stuck in learning the English language and that's it.
Hey, Tyler.
When I learn Korean and stuff like that, which don't have these things as well, the only time I see them is in the World Cup with footballers' names. And I'm like, how do you actually say this guy's name? Yeah, TJ, what's up?
I just sent a link saying how not to pronounce Michael Tello's name.
There's actually a channel about this.
Apparently. It just said pronouncer's channel.
How not to pronounce it. Well, I could make a channel about how not to pronounce everything.
How not to pronounce penis.
How not to
Penis.
how not to pronounce 33.
33.
Well,
It's
33.
Hello. Hello, England. It is currently 43 degrees outside. How are you doing on this fine morning?
Just say words with slightly different inflections that make them sound like they're saying
Hello.
something else.
How are you? How are you
Yow.
doing today?
How are y'all doing today?
Or just be very flamboyant.
I could try.
Hello. How are you doing today? But yeah,
Gosh.
I think we should move on to some questions.
But I wanted to talk about the work of Adorno and Derrida and Chomsky and Sasso and Falcao and Bourdieu and Bakhtin and Natiez and Barthez.
Are you just making up words or are those things?
Those are the people that I have to read. Like, well, not people, but...
Did you say Doritos in there?
No, Derrida.
Oh, I thought you said
Jacques.
Doritos. I'm like...
I'm probably not pronouncing his name correctly, but Jacques Derrida. French.
Do you not pronounce people's names correctly? Never.
Well, at least I
Derrida?
know what they... At least I know what he did. He did, like, the...
Follow the leader, follow the leader.
I'm reading his work because he, like, writes about, like, the semiotic analysis of deconstruction. See? I'm not just an idiot on the podcast. This is just a secondary personality where I could talk about Sasser and Falcao and Chomsky because he's a boss. I probably pronounced all of these guys' names wrong as well.
Question?
Yes, we should. Before
Shall
I
we?
pretend.
Really? Shall we? That's
Nah.
a question.
Shall we?
Questions.
Wait, we're not allowed to sing. So questions, right?
No, I'm going to do the William Shatner version of Luis's intro.
Go ahead.
Da 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 da. Question.
Oh, by the way, TJ, have you heard my questions thing from last week yet?
No.
At the end of it, you said put like an epic guitar riff in the background. So because Luis was feeling incredibly ill, and he was just like, he did like the like really harsh. I put like kind of. I played in the background. I feel like I have to stand up and put my hand on my chest.
Just keep doing that for the rest of the podcast, Sonny.
But
oh, you had one job and you stopped.
But like in that previous podcast,
you don't tell me what to do.
I play a guitar riff in the background over his da 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 da, and it comes from Persona 4. So I'm worried that we might actually get that podcast taken down because I play a copyrighted piece of music in the background.
Tyler, you bastard.
Well, you told me to also use the Legend of Zelda sounds, and that's in there, so... yeah.
That's
anyway,
good.
questions.
Okay. So, who do we want to question from?
Well, it's probably going to be Sonny and me, so...
well, we have a couple from Dr. Sparks. And...
We have what from Luis himself.
Oh, yeah, do we
on
have
page
any
one?
Questions? Is there
I'm looking at it right now.
Well, I mean,
You pick a
we can
question.
have some of your Tyler, some of your questions are pretty general, and
oh, thanks.
so are some of Sonny's, so we could just,
No. Luis really has questions in there.
And then we got Sparks.
But his questions have all been answered.
Nope.
What? I would look through all of them. They have all been answered. And so, I guess we'll do some questions from Dr. Sparks and Luis today. Since
and
those are the only ones we haven't answered that are on here.
We can do one of ours.
Nah.
Alright, where'd it go? I lost it.
Yeah. Nah.
We've gotten so far into the questions so far after the music.
Oh, yeah.
Music.
Alright. That's been it. Who's your favorite superhero and why?
Alcoholic Man. I know he's not an officially recognized superhero, yeah, but Alcoholic Man has slowly become the favorite thing of the podcast. It really has.
I feel like you just want to like one day meet Alcoholic Man and you're just like, shut up, Tyler.
I want to make a comic strip about him.
No, you know what would be best for Alcoholic Man? If he just changed between the different types of, like, the different personalities of being drunk. Like, you've got the aggressive drunk, you've got the depressed drunk, you've got the drunk that, like, is really lovey friendly.
Just so you know, my dad's an alcoholic, so...
So is he secretly Alcoholic Man?
Not secretly.
Yeah, I can't think of like I don't know, an officially recognized superhero. Because
so you don't
Superman,
like
Deadpool, Wolverine,
Batman,
the Avengers.
No, Alcoholic Man is better than all of them. Fight me, internet.
What about you, Sonny? Who's your favorite superhero?
Do anti-heroes count, or?
Oh, yeah. I mean, as long as they aren't, like, villains. Completely, entirely, maybe. I don't know. I mean, Luis isn't here to tell you your answer's wrong. So, you know.
Okay.
Fucking.
So, I guess Deadpool? Because he's funny? I think.
Oh, yeah, Deadpool's pretty cool.
I think. You're like, I'm not quite sure if he's funny.
Am I the only one that is pretty certain on my favorite superhero? Like, seriously?
TJ,
what
is it?
Because it's just, I'm doubting between Superman, which is the classical answer, and Deadpool, because, well, he's the internet answer, and then there's Batman, also part classical answer, but recent TV and movies.
Well, first off,
brought him
I'd
up,
have
so,
to go. Yeah. First off, I'd have to go by like narrowing it down because I'm not going to choose any. I don't like DC that much, to be honest. So it would be obviously be a Marvel superhero for me.
Well, we've got dislikes on our video now.
Fuck those guys.
Is it female Thor?
I don't need you, DC scum.
Oh my god. Just kidding, DC scum. I love you. Sorry, I had to do it.
But I would choose Iron Man because he's badass and like he doesn't use like, magic powers that he's had forever to kill people and stuff, Plus he's sarcastic and witty and hilarious.
He's just like you. Except for more handsome and rich and famous.
And rich and has like a girlfriend, wife, and
that's like and he can talk with Scarlett Johansson and
and I mean he shoots lasers out of his face. Oh wait, no, that's his fist. He shoots lasers out of his chest.
And he's got a wicked beard. And he can sing on stage with Sting. No wait, now I'm just describing the actor. Robert Downey Jr. That's my superhero, everyone.
Robert Downey Jr. has a robot suit too.
Yeah, but like I would laugh if it was like Iron Man, the documentary.
Robert Downey Jr. has a press conference. Like, well, guys, I have to tell you, I am Iron Man. Like, oh, he's doing the movie thing, and then he just shoots a reporter in the face with his laser fist. It's like, told you, lol.
Yeah, everyone gets caught up in the whole. Oh yeah, it's just fiction. It's just pretend. It's like a movie. It's Hollywood and that. And then like you look down it and it says like, what's like a news channel over there, like. CNN? Is that a news channel over there?
Yes.
Yeah. It's just be like, oh yeah, it's just a documentary, and it's like CNN Live. Robert Downey Jr. announces that he is Iron Man. And it's like, what?
And he's gone off the deep end. And now he's flying away.
Why are we watching this in the cinema? Like, we find out the film has been interrupted, like, from the trailers for a live broadcast. It would be pretty difficult to explain like the airplane scene when he's like dynamically like chasing down the jets and shit.
Or like when he's just chilling out on the back of one of those jets. Like
how much does a live TV weigh? Camera.
Like that's a good question. How much does the Iron Man suit weigh?
Must weigh a fucking lot. Well, wait, doesn't he explain that it's a light alloy? I don't know. I don't. Someone probably
weigh that much. It should almost be, let's say, 80 kilos, probably.
Someone out there knows. Someone does.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just wondering.
If super light composite, it would be something like that. Seeing as it contours the human body, it would be something like that. Yes, 80 kilos.
I'm just wondering if it would be enough to like affect the flight path of a jet. It's like, where'd he go? It's like, oh, my plane's falling. He could be under me.
Yeah. Where'd he go? It's like dropping.
Whoops. Okay, so we can move on to another question, I suppose. You guys cool with that? You cool?
I don't know if I'm cool, but I'm definitely cool with it,
You cool? Okay, that's cool.
I'm cool with it, like I'm going to call up my friend and say just how cool I am with the whole idea, and then I'm going to call up another friend. Do you see what I'm doing here?
Alright, that's cool. Cool. So, from Dr. Sparks, we have, how decorated do you keep your room?
I don't know if you could call it decorated. It's just covered in notes and, like, paper. Like, it really is. My book's here. My notes, I could just hit the microphone. There's stuff all over the room that's just, like, paper. That's not decorated, right?
Much decorated, wow.
Much decorated guitar in the corner and notes about bucked in one hand and
I just want to say I went to go edit thing and say it was answered. I accidentally put ass word.
Don't worry, Dr. Sparks. Your question has been ass-worded. Yeah, I think my room's not that decorated. It's literally... Just imagine a blank room. Almost like a corner. A blank corner.
A blank room with Tyler.
It's completely white.
It's completely white, and I just sit in the corner with...
white.
I just sit in the corner with a pillow
I feel like you're just describing like an insane asylum, and none of us actually exist. You're just
Your
sitting in
pillow
like
is
a
really a
blank
body
room
pillow.
talking to yourself.
I often feel like, all these people I'm writing essays for, they aren't actually there. That's why I procrastinate. No, I'm joking. That would be a good excuse for procrastination, though.
I don't
not
believe
going
in
to do
these
your
people,
work.
therefore I'm
You
not
don't
writing this
exist.
essay.
Yeah. But unfortunately, my lecturers do exist, and so does deadlines, and that sucks. I love how we have to study stuff like nihilism, which is like just like doing what you
Total
want.
downer.
Well, nihilism is like doing what you want whenever you want, not really giving a fuck. To put it in a nutshell, there's actually
So virtual reality.
Yeah, it's 4 different kinds of nihilism. But what we actually have to do is make sure that we do write up about it. We have to. And it's like, wait, it's the opposite of what I want to do. We're opposing nihilism by writing up about it. Ugh. Anyway, sorry, I took it on a tangent. I'm sorry, Dr. Sparks, whose question we should be ass-wording right now.
Yes. Sonny, what is your ass word?
Ass.
You decorate your room in asses?
No, I have, some sports clothes hanging on my closet. Yeah, PJs on there, my dresser. Yeah,
The torture rack in the
nothing really
corner.
exciting. No, that's not in that corner. No.
The whips and chains in another one, and the leather bondage in another.
No, the whip's downstairs.
Yeah. No,
I
that's in the
actually have a
cupboard.
whip, and it's downstairs. So.
Wait, what?
No, it's my brother's whip. He
It
used
doesn't
to
make it
ride
better.
horses. He used to ride horses. Well,
Oh,
sometimes he
okay.
still does, but yeah.
You need a whip for horses?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
Whip them into shape.
People might... It may be a touchy thing, but, I always say it in, horse races. I only watch one every year, the Grand National, and...
I don't think that's the
They
same
whip.
thing. Like, you're talking about, the thing that they have in their hand when they're racing?
Yeah, I thought that was a
Yeah,
whip.
but that's just
a
like...
whip.
I don't think that's like a real whip. That's just like a... Like they
If
just
you
kinda,
feel it whipping you, it's a whip.
it's
Yeah.
it's more like a slap. Like it's just slapping their butt.
Yeah. So what is it called then,
The difference
TJ?
between a whip and a slap is a whip will literally tear your skin off of your bones.
But that's not what I'm arguing here. What is it called? The slap?
I don't know. Do I look like a jockey to you?
You look like a cock
Yes.
jockey. Sorry. Sorry.
God damn it, Tyler.
I'm sorry. You were supposed to be throwing me under the bus today.
Throwing you, pushing you, everything under the bus.
Hey, Tyler. How about I know a way to throw you under the bus.
Feel free.
With a whip.
Feel free. That's why you're not going to do
Me
it.
and Luis stalk you, and we find a way, and we invite your sister onto the podcast without you knowing.
Good luck.
One day she'll just show up out of nowhere and you'll be like, "What the fuck?"
I was going to say her name then, but I was like, that wouldn't be wise.
Her name will be like
Tiffany.
TDB Jane.
TBD.
Nah.
Is it Ginny? Like Harry Potter?
No, it isn't. No.
Ginevra.
I'm not giving you any
Hermione.
information about her name because then, you'll probably try finding her, you sick fucks.
How is it sick? We're trying to fuck you over.
How's it sick? We're just trying to find out information about your sisters to try and embarrass you. That's what you sound like.
I feel like
Do you think your sister is an embarrassment to you?
Yeah, Tyler.
No.
Are you embarrassed by your sister?
No, I'm sorry that I don't want to expose my 15-year-old sister to the shit that we... Well, she kind of already hears about the shit that we talk about, but...
Good job on that, Tyler. Good job not, keeping her from getting exposed.
Yeah.
You get an A for effort.
But, I don't want her being asked questions like, oh, yes, what do you feel like about, horse fucking, bondage and whipping and all that? It just randomly being
You brought it
said.
up, though. You brought it up.
Yeah, but I'm not directly asking her about it. I feel like I'm a hypocrite, actually, right now, because I remember...
That's exactly what you're describing.
Well, no, it's different her hearing about it. I can't control what she hears. It's up to her if she listens to podcasts.
Yes,
Do you
you
want
can,
me
if you make her deaf.
That's sick.
you're kind of like the government. You can't control what we hear. You're just going to control what we say.
No. Well, have I done that? Have I done that really on this podcast? I'm defending myself here before we continue with Dr. Sparks' question, because TJ, you haven't told us about your room's decoration. But I feel like I'm a hypocrite because...
Dildos everywhere.
Okay, dildos everywhere. But I feel like I'm a hypocrite because a few podcasts ago, Luis's sister asked him, what does fapping mean? And I said, does it really matter? Like, she's a grown adult. Surely you can explain it. And he said, well, no, it's a bit weird when your sister's asking about it and you're trying to explain it to her.
Ask her to Google it.
Yeah, Bing it.
Search off.
But, like...
Blue waffles.
I was going to compare it to, like, the same situation here where I'm saying it's different when she's actually on the podcast and she's being asked directly about these things or being exposed directly about these things, you know? When, like, you... and TJ and Luis, or whoever may be on the podcast, is directly talking to her about such things. It's different to her just listening to it. I can't stop her from listening to it.
So you're just saying we're too immature?
No, because I'm joining in with you.
Tyler, if you were the last man on Earth and your sister was the last woman on Earth...
Oh, no.
See, that's going too far. That is really going too far.
I'd just be like, yep, human race is dead. GG, well played.
GG, well played, whatever eliminated the rest of the population.
GG, well played, God.
I love how that was too far for TJ, because he even went, oh.
I don't even have a sister, and that's too far.
But yeah, like, I guess the point I was trying to make was, I would still be the same way, but if she was on the podcast, that's just fucked up. She can listen to whatever she wants. I can't control that. You know? Yeah? And plus, she's benefiting us.
What if she wants to be on a podcast?
Well, then she's going to have to be of at least legal age to understand half the shit that we're talking about. So, you know, maybe in the future, when we become a corporate empire and have our own business
the
and
Shifty
hotels...
Corporation.
The Shifty Corp.
That sounds completely legit.
She might become like a future admin, but only when I think she's ready.
She'll be part of the second generation of Shifty Keys.
Yeah. God, no, that makes it that's fucked up. I can't imagine the Shifty Keys as a business with its own hotel and like conglomerate. Is that the word? I don't know. Fuck it, I don't know business terms, but like our own like hierarchy. Of like who's next in line.
Clearly I would be on top. Clearly.
Well, I don't know. Like, we don't have one. We don't have a hierarchy right now, except for I'm under the admins. That's why I always get shitty around you. Yeah. I get shitty around it because I'm the pseudo-admin. That's not an admin, but I make sure that the fucking podcast gets edited, so I deserve respect, goddammit.
You want
anyway, questions?
You got nothing.
RESPCT.
I want that shit.
Oh, yeah. To answer Dr. Sparks' question,
God, I think we went on tangents.
My room is the floor is caked in clothes,
Semen.
dirty clothes that I have yet to put in the washer. And the only thing on my walls, I have 3 posters that are on the wall, and then 1 poster that I'm waiting to get a frame for. I have a poster for Grand Theft Auto 5. A poster for Minecraft, and a poster for the movie The Departed. And then I have a 4th poster that I'm waiting to put up that's for Destiny. So that's how my room's decorated. Oh, plus, because we just moved into this house and I haven't done it yet, my closet door has a mirror on it, and on the mirror are a bunch of little flower stickers from the previous owners.
Aw, no, secretly you put them there.
Yes, I'm like, ooh, pretty little flowers. Just put one here, here, here.
To be honest, it's weird when I say that in a mocking way, because flowers are pretty cool when you learn about, like, which... No, never mind. When you learn about, like, Venus
Have you been
flytraps.
talking to Gaff about flowers again?
Yes. Sorry, Gaff. We outed you and your flower obsessions. But, I just did some research. You know the thing that jockeys hit their horse with? It's called a fucking whip. So shut the fuck up, TJ.
Lies and slander.
I've got at least 5 different sources from whatever the IGHA, RSPCA, BBC, The Guardian, and Yahoo.
I have no idea what this letter H is. I only know the letter H.
So your search history for today was Sex Dungeon and Whips.
Yeah, and apparently Hitler.
Apparently. So since we went a little long, do you guys want to do one more question, or do you want to wrap this up?
One more question.
More questions!
Yay! So, we've already done a Dr. Sparks and a Spartan Luis
Dr.
question.
Luis.
Dr. Spartan Luis. I'll leave it up to you guys to vote. Democratic process and all. Who do you want to hear a question from?
Sonny. The reason why is because good news for the listeners at home. My Easter break is coming up, which means I won't be frequently on the podcast, so you would hear a different voice instead of mine. Ooh, which means they can answer my questions then.
Mm-hmm.
TJ's like, oh, thank God. It's fucking Tyler Dick, man.
Fucking Tyler Dick? What?
I didn't even think about it in that way. I was like, TJ's just thinking, this fucking Tyler is such a dick, but I'm cut out the rest of it, so it sounded like he was fucking Tyler's dick. Sorry. DJ, never mind.
Go with the questions.
Questions.
Okay, I'm just going to go with Dr. Sparks again because I don't want to go back to the other page. How do you feel about virtual reality?
It's totally nihilism.
I'm going to quote Jamiroquai. I think it will bring... Well, this isn't actually quoting them. He's just got the band just has a song called Virtual Insanity. Yes.
So it's insane.
It would be insane.
It would probably bring the human race to an end because no one would want to leave virtual reality ever.
Yeah. If virtual reality ends up where we have to put on like a stupid goggle and we're just like sitting in our chair and like somebody walks in and it looks like we're just waving our arms around wildly and it's like, what the hell are you doing? Then I'll just be like, I'm just going to play Xbox, just leave this alone. But if we go into like Sword Art Online, where it's like we put the helmet on and it like, intercepts our brain signals and it's like we're actually in a freaking world.
That's augmented reality.
No, that's not.
That's real virtual reality.
That is augmented reality.
That's literally a virtual. No, augmented reality would be like, you're in. It's like the Google Glass, where you've got something over what you're doing, and it's affecting the environment around you or augmenting the environment.
Oh, I thought that was what you were describing.
No, like you saw Sword Art Online, correct? Right? No.
Or the Matrix.
Well. I saw like Sword Art Online until it was like we have to go back into the thing, and I was just like, no, why?
We have
it was
to go
so
back
good.
to the island.
Well, okay, so
back to the future,
they put on the helmet. They put on the helmet, and I mean they don't go into details about how this fake technology works, but the idea behind it is they put on the helmet, and basically everything they experience is as if they were in that world. They can feel the wind. They can like feel the wind on their cheeks and everything, and they can touch stuff.
No, but in the real life,
their bodies don't move.
You're just doing nothing. That's scarier to me. That would be virtual insanity. That the entire world just stops because people are just in this fake world when they could be experiencing the real world.
It would just stop. That's
why I like augmented reality more.
If they like honestly, I think people would end up using it a lot like they use video games today. There would be a few
which is scary
that would devote their lives to it because they don't know when to stop. And yes, they're probably going to pay for it later, but I don't think that's reason not to do it. There's still going to be the majority of people who are like, okay, gotta go. I actually have a job tomorrow. And I'm, hungry as hell. You
know how today's society works with technology, and that technology becomes stronger and it become a bigger part of our lives, yeah? Look at us right now. We're talking worldwide on a fucking thing that wouldn't have existed like 10 years ago.
No, it literally did exist 10 years ago.
Oh, it did?
10 years ago was 2005, Tyler.
Well, okay, a little bit further back than that, because we didn't have stuff like YouTube or Facebook until 2006. That's weird. But you would agree with me, when technology gets stronger, it gets incorporated into our lives. So if virtual reality hits off and is big, then you would find that people wouldn't have jobs in the real world anymore. You know, they would be fucking imposed in that fake world. Like, that's one of the things I'm actually scary about.
That you might think it would be imposed in the fake world, but we still have physical bodies that we have to take care of. You know, we still need to feed ourselves.
We would find a way to just, like, hook ourselves up to a machine that just pumps, like, porridge into us and, like, hydrates us. Yeah, and then we just live in the virtual reality.
I don't think that's what would happen, because...
I spend most of my time in front of the laptop to study, to do everything relevant to my life. I have to do it through the fucking laptop at most points, or on the internet.
Yeah, but the laptop is the technology. It's not the...
Yeah, like, but how many people spend most days on the internet?
But, like, nobody's going to, like, spend the time, okay, I'm going to spend the time hooking up my virtual reality thing just so I can surf the web. No, they're probably just going to, like,
because they would live in it at that point.
But they can't, because they need to go out, they need to get a job, they need to make money so they can eat. They
could
just
make the money through the fake online way, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, who cares when you can have fake online money?
Tyler, then the economy would... Then if that happened, then the economy would crash, and then the power would go out, and then the video games would turn off anyway. There's no way... There's no way it would get to that extreme. And it would just, like, keep going forever. It could get to that extreme.
It could.
Theoretically.
Of course it could.
But it would end very quickly, because when everybody's sitting in the thing, that means there's nobody on the outside to take care of the world. And
nobody having sex on the outside, repopulating the earth.
So, the point is, it'd be like that TV show Life Without Humans, except all the humans are just inside for, like, 2 days, and then it's like, oh, the power went out.
Yeah, everyone gets up and it's like, oh, the fucking internet again. But
you see, they spend a year of all humans being inside the virtual reality, and they're like, all right, time for another 10 years of rebuilding human society, and back to it.
Wouldn't you think the world, in a way, would kind of benefit from it, as humans aren't cutting down shitloads of trees, and we're just in one space, so things can actually grow. Global warming will stop being a thing because we're in a fake virtual reality.
No.
And then when you think hard about it, don't you think, at that point life just becomes a really big game, and then you can incorporate it back into this world,
life is
and that economy doesn't mean anything.
But
it is just everything collapses, and your whole world means nothing.
Tyler,
you sit there as
one
single piece of dust on a massive galactic plane.
Shut up, Tyler.
Sorry.
Shut up. No, I'm done.
I'm done.
You're just pushing my buttons, aren't you?
Yes, secretly, and also it made me think of the Matrix as well, and I was just like, how could I make
that is
this
the Matrix,
fucked
but
up?
The thing about the Matrix is that they had robots taking care of everything on the outside.
Who's to say that wouldn't happen?
But that's not what
I
you're
could
describing.
actually hear, I know we didn't hear it, but I could feel TJ face palming at that point.
Did it happen in virtual reality?
God damn.
Probably. But
yeah, all right,
this was a good discussion.
Nope. We're done. Wait,
okay, what was the question again?
No,
wait. What was the question again? I just want to make sure we answered it.
What do you guys think of virtual reality? And just
I think
FYI,
we answered it.
I'm pretty sure she was just talking about
mankind.
I'm pretty sure she was just talking about, the iPhone strapped to your head that
Augmented
they call
reality.
The Oculus Rift and the Vive, not freaking full body, full dive, MMO, VR crap.
Yeah.
If it
Google
stays
Glass.
the way it is now, I'm okay with it. If it evolves into full dive and stuff, it will be the end of mankind as we know it.
Oh yeah, well, I had a bizarre situation earlier. I know we're trying to wrap up the podcast, and it's my fault. I'm making the job harder for myself when I come to edit it because I'm making it longer. But I had a very bizarre situation the other day in Colston Hall. the lights couldn't turn off because of technologic reasons. I've never had a light situation where technology has overridden the switches. Like, you couldn't turn off the lights. It was the weirdest thing, because normally you have a light bulb problem, your light bulb's died, or the lights are off. They were desperately trying to turn the lights off. And I was like, how is this a thing? You know, like, we want the lights off to see the projector. And it's just like, how did maintenance, like, how did they not know what's going on? You know, and it turns out that someone is controlling the lights now and can control the lights through an app on their phone. And I'm just sitting there like, the fuck? That is unheard of. That's some fucked up shit. And if it gets any stronger than that, if technology gets much more stronger than that, and the same things happen to our toasters, our blenders, our kettles, our TVs, then Skynet's going to happen eventually. Come with me if you want to live. Sorry. I feel like I've blown Sonny and TJ's mind. I'm just going to be quiet now.
You don't blow me.
I would.
Okay.
Oh.
So, do we want to wrap this up before
Questions
I
for the
strangle
audience?
Tyler?
Questions for the audience, Sonny?
Okay. So in the news, there's always things being said. North Korea, the Kim Jong-un saying that, well, his people think he doesn't poop and stuff. And do you think that the people of North Korea really think that? And why do you think that?
That's a kind of good one, because I was worried about it getting too political. And then I was like, oh,
Well,
actually, no,
it
that's
has
good.
to do with mass media manipulation because, well, we think that the people might think it about their leader because our media tells us that they think that.
Yeah.
So they manipulate us into thinking it.
Uh-huh. But they might also be manipulated.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a manipulation conspiracy.
Manipulation of the manipulated people. My brain hurts.
Well, my brain hurts, so...
TJ's reconsidering what life is at the moment after the virtual reality talk.
No, I'm reconsidering whether I let you live when I take over the world, Tyler.
Oh, okay. Or when we get
I'm going to take it over through virtual reality, by the way, so, you know.
When we get that big business in virtual reality, you're going to decide whether or not I'm going to be the editor or the janitor. Anyway.
The ass man.
I will kill you.
Thanks for listening to this podcast, everyone. I hope you didn't switch at the 40-minute mark when we brought up Hitler.
God damn it.
It's been a very musical episode.
Time to
musical.
say goodbye.
So long, farewell.
Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.
I do, to you and you and you.
Now listen to the credits. There you go, I'm going to fade it out on that.
This is the end.
Thanks for listening to the Shifty Key Podcast. The intro and outro music is provided to us by our editor, TDBTyler. To get more involved with the Shifty Key Podcast, you can answer the questions for the audience asked by our guests, or even ask the cast a question of your very own, either here in the YouTube comments or in our Rooster Teeth group. To keep updated with this channel's shenanigans, you can follow us on Twitter, join and watch our group on Rooster Teeth, or simply subscribe. All links will be in the description. Until next week, goodbye.
It goes on and on, my friends, because nothing rhymes with podcast. So we're just gonna do frogcast.
There's got to be a way to rhyme something with podcast, TJ. Remind me to send the picture
Blast from the
of
past on the podcast of the dastardly cast of friends.
And it was the last man that could get a cast on his shit. A body part that begins with cast. Or no, I was just like, I got myself in a corner.
You can't change the past.
Yeah. It can only last... Oh, I keep on doing it like in the middle of the sentence. I gotta stop doing it. But yeah, TJ, remind me to send the like dungeon picture to Luis for the link share. Yes, I'm sure he will enjoy it. Oh, and TJ, make sure you put the fucking video up on YouTube today.
What?
No, tomorrow.
Of course.
Sorry, yeah, it's not today. It's tomorrow.
I totally have it edited already. I'm totally not going to leave right now and go do that.
Because that was going to be my thing.
All my troubles seem so far away.
That was going to get me out of the problem. Like, if you tried to throw me under the bus for turning up a minute and a half late, I could have brought up that you released the last week's podcast the day out. So it would have been a biting comment, but you didn't go there. So, oh well.
I did go there. Remember?
Well, then I just went there. You want to do something? You want to maybe touch dicks about it?
Oh.
Virtual reality dicks.
I was trying to be like really aggressive, but with a way that just made everyone go, wait, what? And we're going to end it here.
What's the sound of sounding?
What's the sound of... And the end of the podcast.
The sound of sounding? I think it would be something like, ah!
The sound of sounding is just someone going...
You.
Sound.
Tyler, you know what sounding is, right?
Wait. Are we not talking sounding?
I think that's how you spell it, but it's an adjective for something.
Because I don't...
Vastly talked about in Achievement Hunter office.
Just because I haven't heard about it, I kind of know already that I don't want to know what it is. But I got the feeling you're going to tell me anyway.
Okay.
That's why I don't want to Google it. Tell me what it is so I don't have to Google it.
So you have this like metal rod. And you have your pee hole.
I already don't need to know anymore.
Down your pee hole.
Wait. I thought it was with the foreskin and then one penis onto another. Was that something else?
I think I need to consult the dictionary, guys. Hold up a second.
The dictionary.
The dictionary.
Look, we even made dictionary dirty.
I mean, I think this was one of those podcasts where we did great things. Yeah.
It will be mentioned in future podcast galore.
It's going to be one of them, you know.
Like episode 11.
Yeah, but that one seems to be the one.
Yeah. By the way, episode 11 is the reason why I listen to this podcast.
Oh my god.
That's great.
The marketing works. Episode 11 saves all.
It was just so funny. I couldn't stop listening.
All because of Pokemon 6.
Typhlosion. Oh.
By the way,
podcast. Should we end it?
Just a visual aid.
For some reason, okay, like I mean, I'm trying to end the Easter egg, but TJ just sent me a link, and within the link it says wholesale sex font B tool B font male urethral font B sounding B font dilator penis. For some reason, I don't want to click on it. I
was thinking of was docking. Oh.
DJ, I just like to point out.
So you know what docking is, right?
I know what docking is. That's when you, the penises kiss.
What I was describing.
Yeah. The only reason why I knew about that was because of Game Grumps.
Yeah.
Well, now you both know what sounding is.
I haven't clicked on it, so I'm just going to leave it up to my imagination.
It's nothing. It's just a metal object. There's nothing else in the picture.
It's just one man, not two men.
I got the feeling I don't want it in my history. Because
it's already in my history, Tyler. Don't worry about it.
Do you have this thing like? Oh god, I keep on extending the podcast.
It's called a delete button.
do you have this thing where you watch one thing on YouTube, and sometimes it could be by accident, sometimes you can be like, oops, I didn't mean to click that, and you go back to your recommended thing, and everything, you could watch millions of videos, but because you watched that one video for a split second, it's in your recommended.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm worried the same thing will happen with this. Like, YouTube...
That's not how it works, Tyler.
No, just be like...
It's just it's a picture link. It's not going to be like, we recommend you all these picture links.
You go on Google, you type in the word P, the letter P, not the word. You type in the letter P, and it autofills penis tool or something.
Tyler,
it's like,
just click on it.
I'm not going to fucking click on it. You said it was a metal rod. I can imagine what it looks like.
No, you can't.
The thing that I'm worried about is where it goes, not what it is.
Your penis through.
It's like a cage.
Nicky Cage.
It's like a cage with a metal rod running through the center of it.
The fuck? Like, that sounds like it hurts.
Would that be torture or fun?
That just sounds really fucking painful.
Yet some people do it.
Actually it does.
Like, how?
Now do you get why the sound I chose for what it is?
Yeah, that sounded like Tarzan.
Yeah.
So Tarzan just walks around getting sounded.
I think now to bring this podcast to a conclusion, I think everyone learned something new today if they didn't learn about that already. God, you learn something new every day. Sometimes it's stuff that scars you forever.
I was so embarrassed when I thought that docking was sounding. Oh, so embarrassing.
This is on an unrelated note. This was also in the search history for sounding for some reason.
Why is it funny junk? Funny pictures. Why is it called funny? Clever sounding. Funny. Why is it clever sounding title? Okay, I'm going to click on this one. It better not be someone getting sounded. That sounds like a really weird mixing joke. That is fucking evil. Okay, for our audience at home, we're going to put that into the description, aren't we? That's going to be in the link shitter. We're not going to discuss what that is, but that's funny. I like that. That's not anything to do with sounding.
Well, for some reason it does, apparently.
Yeah, I think it's because of the just whole insertion thing about it.
Clever sounding title.
Because the word sounding is in it. God damn it. Right.
Sounds like fun.
Can we end the podcast now? TJ?
Dick, fork, and penis.
We can, but
bye, everybody.
Easter egg over, right? Yeah.
Enjoy that sounding Easter egg.
Oh, God. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Goodbye.
Don't sound anything.
This is
you
the
won't even look at
last
the picture. You don't
time
sound
you'll
anything.
hear me singing for this podcast. Yeah.
I was tempted to do anything in Korean, but then I thought I would just get kicked off the podcast for good, so I just stayed quiet. That's Japanese, you racist fuck.
Yeah.